Is it Friday? Friday,
Dude,
gotta
I
get
think
down
it's
on
officially Friday.
12:06.
It's
get
Friday.
down, Jess.
There we go.
Friday, gotta get down on Friday. Looking forward to the weekend. I love how many syllables they squeeze into that song. Friday, wake up in the morning, gotta go downstairs, gotta grab cereal.
It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad. I know what my issue is.
It's not on.
Oh my God, there we go. That's better.
Yeah,
My gain was super high.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can hear you significantly more than everybody else.
Yeah, it moved.
I thought that was just the way it was. It's a Christian wants to be heard.
I'm just like, I set all this up and I talk and no one talks. All right.
Like if you write a script and give yourself all the lines.
Yeah.
Can I make a fun confession?
Go ahead.
In my friend group's Discord, you can actually in Discord you can actually do that.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't told anybody that me and one other friend have the setting turned on so that if we talk, we're louder than everybody else.
What? And you haven't told anyone that?
I don't even know
It's out
that.
It's
now.
mostly because we forgot. Because we're already the loudest already. So,
Yeah, you project pretty well.
yeah, so it's but that just reminded me that technology has made that possible.
Yeah, to really just amplify yourselves. And that's on Discord, and so you're able to just really
Is
to
this
tell.
the Discord I'm in?
Yeah,
Because you know what? How long has this been going on?
Oh, since the beginning, since the creation of
The countless times that I've been in Discord being like, can you guys hear me?
we're both
They're talking really
me and
loud,
Sean
and I'll
are
say something.
marked as priority speakers.
Wow, the fact that you marked yourself. Can she get permission now that this is brought up?
She can request permission from the council of the chamber of the High Council, from the God champion hosts of the Discord.
It's just you
me
and Sean.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Ridiculous.
And you're not going to change it?
It's like a title somewhere written down on paper.
Oh yeah, no, we actually have roles, and we're.
Don't worry. Sometimes when I record with Alejandro and it's just a us episode, I could just choose on my laptop to stop hitting record on him and just, solo episode today.
Yeah.
You would sound like a madman.
You
You
probably
pause to talk when I talk.
You probably have enough data to run him through one of these AI voice generation.
Pretty sure, you only need 3 sentences.
Yeah, it's getting better and better every week. It's kind of fucking terrifying.
It
to
is
be honest.
scary. I mean, I just started listening to this podcast with Will Sasso. Will Sasso has a podcast called Dudesy, and it's him and his buddy. And the different thing about this podcast is that they have they interact with an AI on the episode. And so every week he mines data for this AI just from the internet and from user comments, and it just randomly speaks to them in the middle of the episode and has requests for them and tells them things to do. And the shit that this AI is able to do, it created their theme song. It created their theme song from all this information from the internet, and I can't fathom it.
Whoa.
Ultron.
Yeah. I mean, what, are you about to say something? You're stretching.
No, well, I mean, we'll always know because he's going to bring the mic up.
That's my cue. Please stop talking. I gotta do this.
He's still a prioritized speaker no matter what.
All right. Before we get deeper into this episode, I do want to welcome the baddies to this special episode. It is currently 11:30 p.m.
No, it's later than that.
It's probably midnight. It's probably the next day. This is the third episode that Alejandro and I have
On
recorded.
a Thursday.
On
Well,
a-
now it's the first episode we've recorded.
You're right, and it's technically Friday now.
It's Friday. Sorry.
Love your voice. It's so nice to hear your voice in my ears because I've only seen you guys. I think it's been 5 years since I've last seen you physically.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
No, 2019. I'm sorry, when we did that improv tournament in Martinez.
But I wasn't there.
You guys were both there.
Wait.
Remember, it was like
tournament.
It was like the upstairs of a bar.
Apparently where we met.
I was there.
Yeah, that's where you.
I forgot about that last
Was that
era of that
2019?
team.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And then I think Mozelle's mom was there.
And without Moselle.
Yes.
It was a Dragon Viper. I don't know why I said I mean,
Yeah.
I think she came with like a friend. I think there was somebody that her mom wanted to see.
Yeah. It was Dragon Viper Cobra, like just mini tournament. It was like us two, you two, and like two random guys and two other random guys from like some a different city, and we all just did scenes, and then
Yeah, I think Greg hit up people to like, oh, can you and Jess be a team?
Yeah.
So
that's what it was.
that was where I was starting to get rusty too.
Yeah.
The
Well,
rest
I
was
mean,
on set.
let's just preface. I'm gonna preface by let's welcome the listeners. Baddies, welcome to another episode of ICBTB's Highly Irrelevant. We are not in the studio yet again because this is our third episode in LA. And it is worth the stress, fatigue of breaking down and setting up the equipment because we have two special guests here in our hotel.
I'm so proud of you for admitting you broke down. Christian was bawling in tears before this. It was very beautiful. Thank you for being vulnerable.
Honestly, yes. You guys saw me in probably my most manic and vulnerable state that I show anyone, and only this guy really gets to see it.
Yeah, it's because
I've seen it twice today.
You're a Cancer.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm sensitive.
You're a bad person.
But you're a
Whoa,
but
that's
you're-
fucked up.
I thought she was saying you're like a cancer on
No.
society.
Thanks.
No, his
man.
astrological sun sign is Cancer.
Mhm.
But you're like a crab, so on the outside you're like, I'm hard, I'm fine, everything's fine, but inside you're
Mush.
a softie.
I don't know. I think on the outside I must be a very soft-shelled crab. Because I think it shows.
You're not a
Yeah,
deep
yeah.
ocean crab for sure. No.
Yeah, from a mile away, I think I look approachable.
Well, yeah, I wonder what your rising sign is. That's what you're.
How do I find that out?
You now gotta know what time you were born and where and
Oof,
shit like that.
I
Yeah.
don't remember. I think I was a long labor.
Manila, wasn't it?
In Manila? Okay, shut up, first of all.
Sorry.
This guy, and this comes up on our episodes all the time, but when we first met, he was my 7th grade bully.
You're welcome.
I'm not surprised, actually.
And he was spreading
Look at
this
us now.
rumor that I was from the Philippines. And yeah, this is in Benicia. And people would come up to me. They'd be really nice. They're not mean, but they would talk to me slower and louder. And
I do
with
think
more-
it would be more fucked up if people were mean to you. Like if I was spreading a rumor that made people mean to you. Instead, I think people were nicer to you. So again, you're welcome.
well, thank you. In reality, he was just trying to not be at the bottom of the rung.
Did you move to Benicia in 7th grade?
Yeah, from Pittsburgh.
That would have been way funny if he had always been there.
Okay, baddies, we have Sage and Jessica in the studio. People
in the
that
hotel.
I've met through improv, through Dragon Viper Cobra, and they have their own esteemed quality podcast, 20-Sided Stories, which is what's the best way to describe it to listeners if they don't know what it is?
We try. I try. He doesn't.
Big Nerd Central. No, it's an improvised role playing show. So we take tabletop role playing games like Dungeons and Dragons, but not Dungeons and Dragons. We turn them into an immersive audio drama experience. It's unscripted improv, but
Anthology.
but highly edited, and we take IPs and things and make fun of them, and also tell our own stories as well.
Yeah, and it's really, really good.
Thank you.
Baddies, if you haven't heard it yet, hop on Spotify, hop on any podcatcher and check it out, because the amount of time and editing that goes into the post-production of it, even dude, kudos to you for doing all of that. And you make the music for it. It's fucking impeccable.
I appreciate that a lot. It was fun for 5-10 minutes there, seeing somebody else in my shoes once for a change, setting up hectically, trying to figure out what to do. What did I forget? Oh, 10 million things. Jesus Christ, how am I going to edit this? What did I fuck up this time?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know it.
Every time I set up, I'd lose about 5 years in my lifespan. So I think I might die tomorrow, is what it feels like.
Here's hoping.
No. It makes you stronger. Once you hit publish, all that gets replenished. It's like
yes, it's gone. It's out of my mind. It's there. It's edited, and I don't have to think about it ever again.
yeah, we live on the edge. We're decaying ourselves when we make a project, and then once we've given birth to it, it's almost like we get it back.
Or The Giving Tree, kind of, in a way. You remember that that children's book?
Yeah.
That one really made me sad.
Does that make me the boy?
You're probably the boy, dude. I
Yeah.
think so. But I mean, as long as you come back when I'm all wilted and, pay your respects.
I don't know if you remember how that book ends, but
Yeah.
when I come back, you're a stub.
Oh, they chopped me down?
Yeah, to make a boat.
No, the point of the story, if we're gonna use the allegory of Alejandro here,
I think it's an analogy.
He's just taking advantage of you for your whole life.
Oh, I know. It's my
He was your 7th grade bully.
He was my 7th grade bully, and he's also my 28-year-old bully too.
In some, okay, that's actually what I was going to say in better words. So never mind.
What were you gonna say?
I was going to say in some ways I'm still that 7th grade bully.
Oh yeah.
You still act like a 7th grader.
But,
You just said that like a 12-year-old.
that may be true, but I'm a 12-year-old with a job and all the money that I don't have. I can buy my own toys, and I don't have to ask my mommy for permission if I want ice cream for dinner.
Ooh,
That's true.
I do have to ask
boy.
Karen, though. She tells me if I can have ice cream for dinner or not.
Is that legitimate? That's real?
Yeah, she says I have to have more vegetables in my dinner.
I mean, she's just looking out for your health, man.
Yeah.
They're yucky.
So you guys have lived in LA for how long now?
2.5 years?
Almost 3 years. Almost.
Yeah.
2.5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best decision of your guys' lives?
I wouldn't say it's top.
You wouldn't say it's top?
Well, because of the circumstances that happened in 2020,
Yeah.
I feel like if we were in another place, it would have been a little bit of a better decision.
Panama.
But exactly. I mean, I lived in LA before,
Uh-huh.
so I'm more used to it.
Oh, you went there like right after high school, right?
No.
No?
I
I'm
went-
sorry. I'm so sorry.
Don't lead them with them. Let them. Don't.
Okay.
No, I lived there. Well, so we met in 2014, and then in 2016, I went to LA to go to an acting conservatory.
That's
Nice.
what it was.
Yeah, and then
Oh
I
my
moved
gosh.
away in 2018, and we lived in San Rafael, and then we moved in 2019 back to LA.
I gotta say, you're an incredible actress.
Oh,
I
wow,
have
okay.
to say, like, I mean, your guys' so I was on Dragon Viper Cobra before you guys auditioned and got on, and so I was able to see your guys' auditions and impeccable. Obviously, you guys like got on the team, but your first scene for that audition was with me.
Yeah, I think that's like I peaked. I think that scene was the best improv scene that I ever did.
I don't think you don't. That's
No, I was just thinking about. Like,
I mean, the fact that it still comes up like
we bring
all
it up
the time.
so many times because it was so fun.
it
And
was so much fun.
Yeah.
And I've told you this already. Was I think the formula that worked for that was that I was so wacky and I was high energy in that, and you stayed grounded and literal and were able to point out the unusual things. And I was just like, oh, that's why this is working between us.
Yeah, it was like a perfect storm,
Mm-hmm.
I think. Yeah,
was-
because I didn't know anything about improv.
And that blows my mind.
I just did it because he was auditioning and David McEwen was like, you should do it. You'd be really good. And I was like, okay.
Like that, startled and scared.
Yeah, startled and scared.
Uh-huh.
But I am glad I did.
And then you auditioned at the same time too, right?
Yeah,
The same run. And then you had done improv prior?
a little bit, but not a lot.
Well, because you went to our high school.
Correct.
And Alejandro claims that you guys have never met, maybe have been in the same room as each other.
yeah,
I don't think we've ever
no-
had a conversation.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. We definitely have been in the I know we've been around each other because of the theater people. Like,
It's a small group.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. I don't think we've ever actually like.
It's crazy. Like today, he's met people for the first time that
I've literally not seen one face that I know.
I've known for years. Yeah.
And like everybody has been like, the Christian has such like great rapport and such like back history with these people, and I'm just like, nice, this is cool.
So when It Can't Be That Bad does another tour for Alejandro's people, where are you guys gonna go?
know.
I don't
You
have
tell me.
people.
Okay.
I
have
literally
to have
hate every
someone.
person on this planet.
He did when we were like not in the right mindset last night. He was recommending that if we can't find a guest at some point, find the nearest homeless man and bring him up to our hotel. And I kept on trying to like logically
Tell me that
tell
that's
him
not
like
a
that's
great
dangerous.
podcast, though.
That is dangerous. Maybe if it was like a public studio, but like
Honestly, if he shits on the carpet, it's not ours.
what we just have to move rooms again.
I mean, you'd be surprised the conversation you could get probably like out on the street.
Yeah.
If you want to do mobile, it can't be that
Oh,
bad.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But you have to have a
ICBTB.
certain kind of personality to like be brave enough to do that stuff. Some people are really good at it, and you find lots of very sincere, like genuine, awesome people that, are just.
Would you say you're that type of individual that could walk up to a stranger on the street and interview them?
The answer would be yes if it was. You'd go right into it. You'd be like, yeah, I am. I'd be great. So the fact that you have to think about it kind of says it right there.
That answers the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't think not to speak for everybody, I wouldn't be good for it either. Christian, I don't know if you'd be super like once you got it rolling. If we did it together, we could do it really well. Like feed off each other's energy in the person. But like to do it solo, just walk up to somebody and be like, "Hey man, let me talk to you about your cat," and they're like, "What?"
It's a tough
If you
thing.
do it on Hollywood Boulevard, like people are so used to it.
in front of bars. Yeah.
Because
Yeah, I think
there's
it depends
so
on
many TV
where.
shows that do that where they like get people on the street and people go to Hollywood to like, oh, we're gonna be on TV.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be excited to talk.
And
Happens
we're
at
in the world of
Universal
we're in the world of content creators too.
Yeah,
So
so
there's
there's
people
people
with
all the time. Yeah.
YouTube channels just going up, and like I'm sure you guys. What's the first thing you guys saw a difference in when you came from the Bay Area and moved here?
Your bank accounts.
Depleting. No, it's just it's actually more expensive up there in the Bay Area.
I think it depends on where.
First thing we noticed is
the first thing I ever noticed in 2016 when I first moved here was the unprotected left turns. That scared the shit out of me.
So
You just gotta
specific.
kind of wait. You
That's
just
so
gotta kind of wait your
specific.
In
turn.
Hollywood,
fucking
there's
suck.
so many unprotected left turns.
Yeah.
And I was so used to like suburbs where there's protected left turns everywhere.
Yeah.
Like you have a green arrow. And then I was like, oh, so everybody just, in my head, I was like, so I have to run a red light?
Yeah.
What if I get a ticket? And like literally everybody just runs a red light. So
No one cares here. This guy's gone mad at so many drivers on the way here and in here already
yeah.
that it's just so different.
First of all, you should be going at least 65 on the freeway. I think I was completely in right to be upset with these drivers.
You were behind slow drivers
Unbelievable, right?
in LA?
I know.
Usually everyone drives
I
fast.
know.
Were
That's
you
why
in the right
Unicorn.
lane?
Oh, I was all over the place, baby.
Oh,
I was fucking hammered. No, I'm just kidding.
Stop.
I'm just kidding. Sorry, Mom.
do you have a goal of like how many things am I gonna make Christian cut per episode? Is that
Oh no, we actually talked about that last night too. No, it's not intentional. No.
No, it's all subconscious. His personality is his personality. And can I get mad at that? No.
I'm honestly lucky that this gets edited and like gets a once over by somebody because every other aspect of my life doesn't get that. So it just kind of comes right out.
I'll just censor it. I'll put a long beep over whatever he just said and have the listeners try to guess what it was.
I sit at a computer so much because that's for work, and I like on the regular will do something or say something and have the muscle memory or the reaction to go Control Z, which is undo.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you can't do that in real life.
No, I wish there was Control Z, or I also wish there was a Shift Control Z if I could go back to, you know that command, right?
Alejandro, do you know what they're talking about?
Redo.
No, not at all.
Me neither.
Yeah, this is just all editing jargon.
Oh, I hate that that Control Shift Z is redo in like half the programs, and the other half it's Control Y.
Yeah, me too.
What?
And
You get it, right? You get it?
Can
Yeah.
we just pick a fucking lane?
Let's make it easy.
All you software developers, just pick one. It's like Nintendo switching A and B
All
Drives
the
me-
time.
Fucking drives me
It's
crazy.
so nuts because PlayStation and Sony's just been in the same. Like I know L1, I know R1, I know L2 and R2, X, square, triangle, and circle. But when it comes to Nintendo, first of all, they evolved from 2 buttons, B and A, easy. I could memorize those 2 buttons. But then once they started like changing it up later on, and the N64 controller,
But can I go on a rant here?
please.
It's so fucked because this is my
On
industry.
a
so here we go.
podcast?
Never.
It doesn't make any fucking sense that Nintendo has their button layout the way it is. It makes sense on Xbox and on PlayStation because A is at the bottom. That's where your thumb is resting. A for accept, confirm, jump. It's the most common button. It's going to be at the bottom of the axis. B is right to the left of that. Makes sense. That's to go back. You want to put a little bit of effort into it. Then you have X and you have Y. On PlayStation, it's square and triangle.
Yes.
But at least on Xbox, it makes sense. X-axis. Y-axis.
Yes.
Nintendo literally has these things.
You have so much logic.
for no fucking reason.
And Nintendo's geared toward children.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck them kids.
And families. Who
I
don't,
feel like, would you say their biggest audience is America?
no,
no, Japan.
Oh.
Right?
Well-
Kids are born in Nintendo factories and
it's
never
not-
leave.
Well, because I was just going to say that in America, everything's backwards anyway. Like we don't use meters or kilometers.
That's
or-
fair. I am ranting
Yeah.
about wanting a standard that
Yeah.
to them, like Microsoft probably didn't ship consoles over there until that was already very much established. But
But with here, I mean, like I like your logic, and screw it if it makes it a little more difficult for the manufacturer. But hey,
Does
I'm
it?
the one that spent
I
money.
don't think it's that different for them to just like move the buttons a little bit, right? I think it's like
well,
they're
thank
just
God,
doing it on purpose.
on the Switch, you can actually remap your
Thank
buttons
God.
now.
Oh, you could like a keyboard.
yeah, you
Ah,
can actually. Yeah, so I have that set up.
nice.
But
I think
it still fucks up like guests.
and I understand that they're so innovative with it. Like, okay, so we were just at Travis's place, and what I saw over there in their house was a. Do you remember when Nintendo had Wii U, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they had this like little section in time when they had sent out pieces of cardboard.
Do you remember the Wii U? Do you even know what that is? Don't lie. Don't lie. Nobody remembers the Wii U.
It was like the Wii 2.0, right?
Yes, I know what it is.
I
but-
had the Wii.
Yes.
And I heard of the Wii U.
Yeah, they made a sequel and nobody got it.
No one got it. But do you remember when they sent out these cardboard the things that you would cut out and you would like build stuff?
Oh,
you know what I'm talking
Labo?
about?
The Labo?
Labo, yeah.
Yeah.
Nintendo
Oh.
Labo.
My niece once had like a cardboard thing that she could like wear.
Yes.
And then yeah, it was so crazy. And I was like watching her play and I was like, this is wild, but I don't know.
What was she wearing and why was she wearing it? Like what's the premise of that?
Why are you asking what my niece
Such a
who's 9
pointed
years
question.
old?
Well, you're
Nice.
the one that no. I'm just asking like what was the cardboard
It was-
apparatus turned into?
It kind of
Bra and panties.
no. I can't remember specifically. I feel like they were just like it looked like she was wearing like a homemade robot costume.
Oh.
Yeah.
And what's like if she moved like this in the video game, her character moved like this?
Yeah.
I think it was it's supposed to be like virtual reality except cardboard. I don't know how else.
It was supposed to
CR,
get,
cardboard reality.
I really don't know what it is.
It's like when you're a kid back in the 90s or even before, it's like to do imaginary things.
Yes.
Back in the olden days.
Oh, you mean
I
back in
I
the
did
day.
that when I was a kid.
yeah, like you get like out of the box.
Exactly that.
So it was trying
I
to
was
get
gonna
us
say you
to
mean
like,
kids on TV, right?
kids on TV.
Yeah, kids on TV always had like cool cardboard swords and armor and shit like that. And I was like, where did they get this?
oh, the dumpster.
studio.
I think that was
the dumpster.
I was in the wrong neighborhood.
like Nintendo's way to get us to like be okay with VR, maybe, you know, like to like
That's
baby step, like
Inception.
training wheels to get us to be like,
I don't think no.
oh, it's like make believe. I don't know.
no, that they just want to make money. Like they're just selling.
and
toys.
it's the cheapest. It's
Cheap-
cheap to
cheapest material.
it's cheap to sell. It's cheap to like travel.
as much as Nintendo has like a lot of great beloved games and titles and like great brand recognition and loyalty, like they're great. Their strategy most of the time is the whatever is the cheapest, fastest thing that's gonna make the most money, and just do it.
It's weird that that's not an American company, you know?
What I saw in Travis's house was a cardboard piano. Remember that little thing that we were hitting?
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah. It was a cardboard piano, and I think that is so innovative.
What? A cardboard piano? Were the keys cardboard?
Yeah, like you could hit it, and I think there's a video game associated with that.
This is with the Labo stuff they have.
The Labo stuff, yeah. It's not. I don't think he just made a cardboard piano.
I was
This
like,
is like the
whoa.
Nintendo.
crafty.
Yeah. Do you guys like the direction that we're going in with tech? With like, or should we just go back in and keep it simple?
Oh boy, you're asking this question at a very perfect time.
Midnight?
Is it Friday? Friday, gotta
Dude, I
get
think
down
it's
on
officially Friday.
12:06.
It's
Get
Friday.
down, Jess.
There we go.
Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
No,
I love it. No, you can
No.
keep going. I'm fine with it.
Looking forward to the weekend.
I was saying no to your question.
No.
You
I thought you were just
had a
telling
little-
her
you had a
stop
little-
singing.
No, you had a little longer before I told you no. It was gonna come eventually.
Like, I love how many syllables they squeeze into that song. Friday, wake up in the morning, gotta go downstairs, gotta
Yeah.
grab cereal.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Poor Rebecca Black got bullied like crazy after
Because
that.
Busta Rhymes actually wrote that song.
Man, well, great.
Yes.
But yeah, to get back to the tech conversation, you said no, you don't like where it's going.
As somebody who like works in tech, no, I'm exhausted by it.
Do you not actually work in tech? Are you an assassin?
No, I mean I do. I work in
front.
I work in games, so it's tech, but it's it's like whenever I say that, even if I tell like family members or just anybody above the age of 30, like, oh, I make games, they're like, so you're a programmer, so you can fix my computer. Give me your number so I can call you up anytime my DVR is broken. No,
DVR.
These people don't understand almost anything.
Wow.
yeah, no, but it's kind of scary because technology is always exponential, and over the last 2 years, AI has like really fucking accelerated.
Yeah.
and algorithmic like technology is really accelerated. And like there's a lot of advantage to it. Like it's happening this way because there's so many cool things you can do with it. But if history has taught us anything, we're still just a bunch of fucking monkeys throwing rocks at each other. So giving us these tools,
this, and then technology's like
it kind of
crazy.
It really feels like like social media. This, if you want to get a little philosophical here, I feel like social media was like the last like good invention. Like that being a thing is where no longer are we like being. The tools we make are no longer benefiting us; they're now hurting us.
Yes. And what do you think? What we went too far with social media? Come Instagram, should we have stopped at Facebook, or should we have stopped at MySpace? Oh God, I miss MySpace
was
so much.
fun.
I learned how to code with MySpace,
dude. That's how you had to change the background.
Yeah,
MySpace was good because nothing about it was to be taken seriously.
No, I mean it caused so many middle school fights because
who was in your top 8? And what place were you at in the top 8?
Yeah, and imagine if Jess was on my top 8 and she's like number 6, and then I have a conversation with her at school, and like it was like a whatever conversation. I go home, I bump her down to 7. She's gonna see that on MySpace. I see her tomorrow like nothing's ever happened. But what's festering in that adolescent's mind is, what did I do to get bumped down to spot 7?
Yeah.
But isn't that so much better to fight over where you are in somebody's top 8 than to fight your parents over what bullshit video Facebook fed them based off of their search history that Google's selling to tens of dozens of companies that they're then using to literally deliberately manipulate what you do and what you buy every single time you open the app and take advantage of all your dopamine.
It's the algorithm, man.
It's the algorithm.
And like you talk about something, your phone picks it up somehow. Let's say I'm talking about cardboard now. Instagram's going to start selling me cardboard.
Oh God, where's my? I don't even know where my phone is, and I'm like cardboard.
Yeah, it's going to pop up. Watch.
And like we still can't even verify if that's actually a thing. I don't think Siri. That really is the scary part that people aren't like ready for. Is like Siri and Amazon Echo. They're not actively recording you.
Yeah,
they're listening, but they're not recording you, because if we found out that they like if that came to be, these companies would get under a lot of heat for that. That's literally illegal. But they are
literally illegal.
Yeah.
But they are listening, and they know how to sell you what you were talking about because they've already learned so much about you that they can predict what they think you're going to search.
It's scary. You type in your name into Google, what you can find out about an individual. It's I don't know.
And then if you know even one thing about them, their phone number or their address, their whole life is open to you. I don't know.
Scary.
I just heard.
Oh, you just heard that?
I read it in a book.
Do you got what's
books? We still read those?
When's the last time you guys even read a book?
Dude, I don't even know.
I'm in the middle of like 2 right now.
Oh, hey, that's nice.
That's awesome.
What were you gonna say, Jess?
I was reading. I haven't finished it. Jonathan Van Ness has a book that I was reading.
What's it called?
Over the Top.
Oh, it's the one about the animals whose house is getting destroyed because they're building suburb properties, right? I've seen the movie.
Is that what it is?
Oh, that's Over the Hedge.
I was like, yeah, I don't think Jonathan Van Ness from Queer Eye wrote a...
Sorry.
That's who Jonathan Van Ness is.
Yeah.
The one with like, the facial hair and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oops.
Do you read, I mean, like, and you have an affinity with like coffee shops and whatnot. Because that's the only time I find myself being able to read a book.
Oh.
Is that your thing too?
I like to read books like at home, but I'm really bad at reading books.
What does that mean?
Like
She doesn't know all the words.
I don't know all the words. I like get to the first page and I'm like
Sounding them out.
yeah.
Gumption.
Sage, what is this word? What is this word?
That's gumption.
Financial?
No, it's gumption.
Yeah, it's gumption.
Where did you get financial?
No, it's just because I will get into this I'm gonna read more books, and then I'm like I get bored reading books sometimes.
It's difficult.
It's called ADHD.
That's the thing, though. I can't tell because I have it, and I can't tell how much of it is the ADHD or
Boring books.
the fucking internet taking all of my patience away.
That's
from
Yes,
me.
true.
yes.
That's the thing.
But
yeah.
I was like this as a child, though, before the internet really took over me.
reading like
Yeah,
a hard.
I used to lie on my reading logs, or like I would read.
Just being a smart student.
We'd have to do reading logs in school, and like I wouldn't.
We also went through the American schooling system, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know. I haven't talked about reading logs with people before, so I didn't know.
Because I don't think it's a common form of topic of conversation.
Let me ask you about your reading logs.
But this is my fault for saying, you guys read often? It's just, and this is me working on it as a podcaster. But now we're going to talk about reading logs.
I mean, I like to go up to the biggest logs I can find and try to read their stories, read the rings, see how old they are, maybe see if any animals
You
live
need
there.
to reconnect with nature.
Yeah,
is
that's
we're
what it is.
But in order to do that, that means well, I guess they're logs, so they're not trees anymore. I was gonna say.
Oh, I'll chop a fucking tree down.
What will you?
We know you won't. You're gonna
You
sit, you're
chop
gonna sit on
something
that Dutch that,
That's right. This is my tree. And
on
I'm,
the stump as an old man.
you know what? Fuck those trees. They've had it too good for too long. You know
If
what?
there's anyone in this room that is the closest to becoming a lumberjack, it's probably you.
Sure.
Yeah, not a compliment, not an insult. It's just what it is.
Can you grow a beard?
No. Nope.
Who says lumberjacks have to have beards?
You're right.
Yeah.
Shame on me. For
I think society and a
stereotype.
lot of calendars will show that.
Yeah, well, they suck.
Yeah, I'm also probably not going to be using an axe. I'll use a chainsaw because it's fucking 2022.
I
and I'm
guess
not
so.
goddamn Wolverine.
I'm imagining an axe.
No,
yeah.
it's 2022. You'll do it in AI. You won't even do it in real life.
Have you seen those trees or like the cutters that they have for trees? Like they literally grab it, cut it, shave all the shit off, and then stack it. Like the tree cutters we got now don't fuck around. They'll
But-
bring down a redwood in half a
But
second.
you still use logs for like firewood.
I would. I mean, I would have to build my house out of one of those logs. Or multiple.
Lincoln
I'm not really
logs?
sure how this works. I'm not a good lumberjack. I was born in.
Would you be able to
Born in the
survive
city.
like in Naked and Afraid
Oh fuck no.
Or-
No, but I would like to try. What is it?
alone?
Alone.
Is that what you're talking about? Are you guys familiar with that reality show?
Are you familiar with being alone?
Have you guys ever been alone? We got a closet we can lock you in.
With the
Check it
feeling
out
of
for a little bit.
isolation and disconnect from society.
Oh, what? You mean like the whole pandemic?
No. My
Kind of, but in like a more realistic, harsher way.
Oh,
Like you go into the Arctic Circle and you have to survive for 3 months.
That's what that show is.
I've
Yeah.
heard of it.
Pretty bonkers.
I've heard people talk about it. Isn't it like you? Yeah, you just explained it.
You can bring 10. I wish you would just repeat it with me. But you're allowed to.
Edit that out.
Wait, is that the one where you're allowed to bring 10 items?
Yeah, that's the one where you're allowed to bring 10 items.
Yeah, and you're alone in the Arctic Circle.
Right, and you're alone in the Arctic
Is it-
Circle.
So you have to go all the way to the Arctic Circle.
Is it just the Arctic Circle, or do they go anywhere else?
No, they generally just no. They just want like the coldest, most desolate, fucked up places to be.
Antarctica? They don't go there.
No. Go fuck yourself, say.
Terrible show. Never watching it.
Wait, there's a camera crew present with these people just dying, right? They're just
Well, I think people haven't died, right?
No, they
tap out.
They tap out, and they're also being monitored. Like there's like health people and stuff like that. But it's a reality show, bro. It's all manufactured and concocted in a fucking boardroom.
Damn.
Designed by committee.
Yeah. I mean, there's a.
Thanks, Alec Baldwin.
Do they? Whoa. Do they bring their own they record themselves, right?
At one point, yeah, they definitely do.
And there's just cameras in the trees or something like that? I don't know how it works, man.
Bro, fuck it. I don't even know. At this point right now.
Have you guys seen this show?
We may not have. We honestly may not have.
I'm just
now.
fascinated by the premise.
I can't get over the premise.
My reading logs are up to date. I just read the synopsises of every show all the time.
I do
My
that a
favorite
lot.
synopsises are friend synopsises because it's always tied with the one with.
Yes, I love that trend in their episodes. But with streaming nowadays, that's really what I do a lot of. You're given so much power that you can choose among thousands of titles that I'm spending a lot of time actually reading the description.
No, it's funny. I made that joke, and then as you're saying this, I'm like, fuck. I actually do that.
Yeah, I literally I'll be complaining.
You'll call me out on it all the time.
Yeah, because I'm like, we just wasted like 30 minutes. We
30? I wouldn't do it for 30.
It's like
minutes.
20 to 30 minutes.
No, that's
Yes,
ridiculous.
We could have watched a whole episode.
That was only when you got
That was
Paramount.
one
Dad is
time.
fighting
It was
again.
only when you got Paramount Plus.
Okay,
Because that was like, well, what do
I
they
got
have?
Paramount Plus.
This is a brand new streaming service.
was
What
that
do
a
they have?
flex?
Yeah.
She said, "I have Paramount Plus."
I
No,
literally can't think
no.
of one thing that's exclusive on there. What is the point of having it?
RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, Okay.
I can't.
I mean, is that a show you like watching?
No, I just understand its importance and like how entertaining it actually is.
It's
I've seen
very
an episode
entertaining.
of it. I've seen an episode, and yeah, man, I think you'd actually be down for it. This guy just binged all of Sex in the City.
Yeah, that's way different. That's like a written
Wow, claps.
thing.
Claps.
For yeah,
I haven't finished watching it. It's hard to get through it.
You know what? I've said it already. I don't need to open this wound again, but Carrie's a psychopath.
She's a psychopath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
You get
I've
very
also been
passionate
watching
about it.
Yeah, I do. That's why I don't even want to touch that. Not right now. I don't even want to
Yeah,
touch that.
yeah.
What
I
makes
was
her a psychopath, do you think?
just her complete lack of empathy.
Destroying
and
men's lives.
She just
is
does,
what I've
and
learned.
everyone's lives. She treats Charlotte like
Yeah.
shit. She like makes Miranda really like just.
They slut shame Miranda all the time,
Ah.
left and right.
Yeah, and it's okay, girl. Do you? If you want to like have fun, fine.
And then Miranda treats Steve so shitty, and then fucking it's just they're all horrible fucking people. And then Big's a horrible person. Their relationship's real contentious.
Yeah.
And then he's like not in most of the show actually. And then he comes back and suddenly it's like I've always wanted to be with you. It's like no, you probably should have married Aiden. Honestly, if we're really
Yeah.
gonna get down to it. And then like the reason why she's dating that fucking French artist or whatever, he was like 60 years old, and that dude was being like he was maybe the best relationship he had because he
You
was
asked.
the most. He was
You
the
asked.
most sound and
I'm
down to
glad I
earth person.
did.
I thought you said you weren't going to get into it.
I
I didn't
agree.
want to. I didn't want to.
With what I know about Sex and the City, because I haven't finished it, I 100% agree.
And every kind of maybe if there is a lesson, completely thrown out and just like that. Because in this new reboot version
Did
of
you
it,
watch
fucking-
just like that?
I've seen it all, sweetie. It is fucking brutal, man. They
caught up.
fucking Miranda just leave Steve.
Yeah, they just like
Fucking-
murdered her character.
Oh,
She's-
they murdered more than that. They murdered my eyes. They
murdered
murdered my
Big.
fucking ears. They
murdered Big.
They murdered the Peloton company for about 6 months. There was a lot of murder. Miranda's son's a fucking piece of shit. And if you go back and watch the show, you know why he's a piece of shit? Because in every episode, they still have their fucking breakfasts, and guess who's stuffed in the fucking corner? Her little son, who guess what? Should probably use a little more love from her mom and dad because they're going through a fucking divorce. But no, he's sitting behind them in the fucking restaurant, playing his Game Boy, being alone, not being acknowledged. So when he grows up and we watch him in it just like that, guess what? He's a fucking sex addict designed for having more, or I'm sorry, craving for more fucking attention that he never got as a child.
You know, if I didn't know you, if I were to walk down the street and I see this 6'2" individual with sunglasses on, and then it's crazy to just think that, man, this guy watched all of Sex and the City. It's just, and like the amount of like vigor and passion that you just had in that rant. It's impressive, man. Good for you. Good for you.
You told me to stop talking about conspiracies and religions on the podcast, so I had to shift my passions to something else.
Okay, yeah, that's much more lighthearted.
I tried.
I mean,
I'm trying. I'm
the
fucking
pandemic has been, or like this access
I
to
did this all after.
to shows, it's just so, it's dangerous, right? Like, I mean, you could binge anything and just lose your day completely.
Oh, yeah.
As opposed to before, do you remember like TV Guide?
Yeah.
And you would have to wait on channel 11 to see like what was scrolling on channel 54 at 5:30 p.m. and be like, okay, I guess I'm going to go watch SpongeBob on Nickelodeon at this time, right?
Yeah.
But now you could just like binge everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, but you spent 30 minutes just trying to decide.
One fucking time.
Christian, why did you bring that back up?
It was a brand new streaming service. I wanted to see what the catalog
That
had
makes
to
sense.
offer.
Were you
You're
impressed
100%
by the catalog?
right, by the way, Sage. You're 100% right, just
I
so you
was
know.
impressed just
Vaguely.
because my expectations were very low. Like I really was like not like Paramount. You really need to have your own like
Because they
you
have
re-
all of Nickelodeon. So.
Yeah, but then it made sense once I scrolled through this. Okay, they have a lot of stuff that I forgot about.
Uh-huh.
So good for them, but it also is not. I don't know.
Is it a necessary streaming service?
Would you get it over Peacock?
I wouldn't get Peacock either.
I kind of like Peacock. They have all of the wrestling.
Is it free?
There's a version of it that is free, but you don't get anything worthwhile.
What else do they have besides wrestling?
I think the dramatic
I was gonna say, the
version of Fresh Prince
Scary
of
Fresh
Bel-Air.
Prince of Bel-Air. They have
Yeah.
all of The Office, plus
dramatic?
extra
Are you not
bonus
familiar
bloopers.
with that?
There's a dramatic version of Fresh Prince
So-
of Bel-Air?
Yeah, it's actually really sad.
About 2 years ago, there was this content creator that filmed a trailer of a hypothetical dramatic take of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right?
Oh.
About him actually being from the streets of Philadelphia and like getting into a fight that is like horrible and having to move away because of that, not getting along with the affluent neighborhood that in
Bel
Bel Air,
Air,
right?
yeah.
Right, and like his cousin Carlton is like actually really mean to him because like he's an embarrassment. Blah 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 blah. Will Smith saw that 2-3 minute trailer, met up with them, was saying, "Hey, I would love to produce this." Fast forward to 2022, it actually came out, and you see it on billboards, and it's on Peacock.
Oh.
And it's something that I want to watch. Fresh Prince of Bel Air was my favorite
I've
sitcom.
not heard about that.
It's crazy, yeah.
That sounds really interesting.
Zero dancing in this new one, though.
Yeah, no.
But then, like, how do you feel about do that one more time? Future Christian, when you're editing this, just zoom in on Jess and add. It's not unusual in the back.
It's not. Yeah.
But how do you guys feel about like reboots and remakes as opposed to just making more original content?
Well, I like that because there's a twist to it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they're always like it's always been a thing. It'll always be a thing. The problem now, which goes back to like the technology topic of how we're like inhibiting ourselves more than we're like helping ourselves, is there's so much money wrapped up in like what is making this content that like they are both afraid to take the risk to make original stuff, but also the risk is actually like well founded. The very unfortunate truth is that like if there was just people just don't fucking go and see like and watch like original content as much as we would hope.
We like familiarity, that's why.
Yeah.
yeah.
Right?
So like everybody likes to bitch about it, myself included, as being like too many reboots and remakes and sequels. Like give me some good fresh stuff. But the fact of the matter is like I'm probably more likely to go see the Sonic the Hedgehog sequel than I am to just click a show I've never heard of.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be Jim Carrey's last movie, so I think everybody should go see it.
Is that a thing?
Stop. Is it really going to be?
I mean, he did an interview not that long ago, like last week, where he was like, "Yeah, I think I'm pretty much done."
Yeah, I mean, well, he's so
So if this is his swan song.
I have
God damn it! Now we have to go fucking
as
see
Dr.
Sonic
Eggman,
2.
yeah.
He's got to do the
He's
third
Dr.
one, though.
Robotnik,
He's gotta
isn't
do
At
it.
least one. I was same name. I think it's like.
I've never played the game.
I have a few times, and I've watched the cartoon. It's a waste of time, but
Good sell.
I mean, I have like a huge respect for that man because like he's disconnected himself from the sunken hole that is the entertainment industry and is able to like point out the flaws and how fake people can't. Have you guys noticed a difference in LA with the demographic in general as opposed to the Bay Area? And what are those key differences?
Mexicans.
You probably have a.
Yeah, actually, I feel like I noticed a difference from when I first moved here to now.
Mm-hmm.
Like even from 2016 to now.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was talking about it with coworkers too, where I mean, I think with everything with the pandemic, things feel different. But with the pandemic, the energy of LA really changed.
Sure.
But yeah, as time goes on, it's just more and more influencer kind of culture and very
Wow.
like, I mean, we have neighbors that I famously just can't.
We got TikTok dancers upstairs.
Oh, you do?
We
Yeah.
did. I think she moved out.
Oh, okay.
And you just hear it all.
Good riddance.
Yeah, we hear it all.
Mm-hmm. And would you like actually cross them on the street, like outside?
Did you ever
and,
see
like-
their TikToks?
Yes, I have.
Oh.
Well, so at least it's working.
Well, no, not like I've seen it on my For You page. I like, you know.
Oh, then fuck them then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, like they ran into you. They're like, you should follow me on TikTok type of thing.
No, I just was like, who are like?
Oh, you were actually legitimately
I looked
curious.
I looked them up on
Wow.
TikTok.
Name and one piece
Well,
of
it was there was
information.
only one of our neighbors that was really popular on TikTok, I think, and she moved away. She was fine. They're fine. They're just young and
Yeah.
like.
Dumb and full of cum.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Oh my
I don't know. That's their.
Young, dumb, and full of cum is a thing people say.
I've never heard
Is
it.
it? Is that?
Is it?
100%.
It's a
I
thing that you
did not
said.
invent that. I did not
I
create
have
that.
never heard.
I mean,
All right,
that's
well,
like
like-
not my favorite rhyme scheme.
Hanging out in different places then, I guess.
And there's a very limited amount of environments where I could say that saying. So I think
I guess I've heard young and dumb, but I didn't know there was a third
yeah,
part.
that last part.
You know,
was,
3 stanzas to this
It's just
poem.
very like.
It's like the Star Spangled Banner.
If I had like a very small way to describe them, it's like I've instances where they order fast food through like DoorDash or something and then completely forget about it and it sits overnight on the porch, or like getting weekly packages from Shein, which is like a really bad like mass production fast fashion company. It's just like the epitome of like influencer culture that is killing
and they're
the globe.
They're definitely like they're Gen Z, right?
Yeah,
that
they're
young.
Gen Z. Yeah.
Interesting. Where do you think is the balance of, because all four of us in here are performers, we are entertainers, we are content creators, we're podcasters. Where is the balance between still wanting to stay authentic and true to yourself and not falling into the influencer route where you are masking yourself? Because even with these mics and headphones on, these cameras on, there is some sort of natural filter and some sort of like need to like, okay, be entertaining, be funny, because this is content.
Yeah, no, totally.
Where's the balance there for you guys?
I feel like it's always constantly trying to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I talk about that recently with a couple of friends of just like, we were talking about how the Brits are so good at acting. Yeah. And I'm like, well, in England, there's like this culture of like Shakespeare and like they take the craft so seriously. And then in Los Angeles, it's like, how many followers do you have on Instagram? Or like if you're the son or daughter of somebody within the industry, like the agencies won't sign you unless you're like really already in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, how do you kind of keep going?
It's a form of social media following, and popularity is a form of credit here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just like it's your reputation. It's crazy how far reputation gets you. And, you know, I grew up with Asian parents. And so that type of culture of like education and like doing all that. And so I got that piece of paper, and now I work in biotech, and I'm not that happy. And entertainment makes me really happy, and I'm sad that I didn't go in that route fully. This is my form to fill that void of still being able to make people laugh. But as I get older, I get afraid of like, where is my authenticity as a person now? Mm-hmm. Now that I'm like having these like real conversations. However, like Alejandro and I do have this expectation from our listeners, just like, yeah, we like, it's a comedy podcast, be funny. But then like, I don't always feel funny, right?
Yeah,
I feel good. I feel good around you guys. Like, but there's definitely like a dopamine rush when I got to see you. But you guys did see me in that little manic state, and I love Sage's grin here because he's just like, you were probably looking in a mirror.
It's just my state. That's my state of being. So I just got to go like, wow, that's what I look like.
That's what it is, man. You guys have never seen me like that, and it's just it's a double-edged sword, because this brings. How did I say it? I think I've told you this, that it keeps me at the same time. It keeps me young, yet ages me simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And then like, so what's your guys' goal with like entertain? I mean, like what do you guys want out of this about like living in LA and all that stuff?
I think it's been a struggle for me, especially recently. Because I work remote, like I work from home. So like, I don't even have like it's not even like my job's here or something like that. Sure. Certainly have a lot of friends here.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's definitely been this like eye-opening. There's a lot of really cool people in LA.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really easy to shit on any place, and because a lot of people live here, and it's like, you know, kind of the hub of the entertainment industry. It's like everybody, like cameras are on all the time. But it's a fucking massive city. I mean, there's a shit load here that's beyond just like making movies and shows. You know, that said, the side of it that does focus on that, so far, it's hard to find like where the soul of it is. Mm-hmm. And a lot of what this town was built on is a lack of integrity, kind of. It is.
So it's in LA, like famously a soulless town, you know. I mean,
but it's a struggle though, because I also feel like it is one of the surefire best places, like just to find artists and performers and like actual genuine talent. It's just the problem is when you stick it in this vat of business, that soul dries up really quickly. So it attracts two types of people, and one of, you know, artists and the other are entrepreneurs, and sometimes you can't tell which is which, you know. So that's
because I don't know, we've had talks like when we first graduated. I mean, like the way we became best friends was through improv in Benicia High School, right? And then after that, like it was me, Alejandro, and our friend Austin Scott that all said like, hey, we should move down to Hollywood and really just try to make this happen. Mm-hmm. I chickened out because of the pressure from living, you know, with the Asian culture of getting an education, right? And being stable before you want to do something fun that you love. Mm-hmm. Now I'm there, but now I'm 28. Now I'm tired. Now I'm engaged. Now I can't ever do that, but I can't shake off that feeling ever of like the what if factor, man.
Yeah. I mean, what if is like no matter what, there's always what if.
Always.
Of course.
Yeah. So
Dangerous 2 words that could just like send your mind spiraling and like it will not change the outcome.
But what's so cool about technology is the fact that I think, many years ago, this kind of thing, like you can do both.
Yeah.
You know,
possible.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, look, we're doing it out of our own space anyways.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, just like we were talking about before we left the last interview we were doing, it's that idea of, we have the opportunity and the technology and the software and the know-how to do it on our own anywhere.
Yeah.
We don't have to be here. And when we do want to be here, or we have the rare times where we need to be down here, we can be down here. Like, it's not that bad. It's not that hard.
I just get curious.
Shut up.
I didn't say anything.
I give you permission.
It can't be that bad.
There you go. The older I've gotten,
Just like kicking yourself in
the
the
more
ass.
self-awareness I've obtained as with age.
We'd hope.
Yes,
we
yes.
all hope that we can.
We get more aware of ourselves and our flaws
Oh,
and our triumphs too. I just always think about, would 10-year-old Christian look at my life right now and would he love where I'm at?
Yeah.
You know, because 10-year-old Christian wanted to be a wedding singer. 10-year-old Christian wanted to be a comedian. 10-year-old Christian wanted to be this and that and this and that. But I know that 10-year-old Christian, and he did not want to be a biotech worker.
I don't think any 10-year-old does.
No, some people do. Some people want to work in a lab.
Not at 10 years old.
That maybe. Oh,
No,
yeah,
no
sure.
10-year-old's like, I would love to like kind of make medicine, but mostly not make medicine. Like, you know what I mean?
True, yes.
It just happens, man. Nobody wants to grow up to be a garbage man. You know what I mean? It just happens.
Yeah, you're right.
Also, 10-year-old Christians are never going to get to see you. So just,
Yeah, and these are the
be you.
the hypotheticals.
But it's part of that kind of question, I think, is like what people do to like heal your inner child, as like they say in therapy. Like, there's things that you want to, nourish and validate that maybe you didn't get to.
Yeah. I mean, if you were with that question, like, what did you guys want to be when you were kids?
fucking
And is it
dinosaur.
anything close to you wanted to be a dinosaur?
I want to be a fucking lion, man.
I wanted to be an actor.
You knew it.
Well, the first thing I wanted to be was like an artist.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I like would just draw all the time when I was like really young. And then I just kind of, I don't know when I think I've said this before, but I think Dakota Fanning is really what made me be like, oh, that looks
I could do
fun.
it better than her.
Exactly.
This
I
girl
was like,
sucks.
watching War of the Worlds. I was like, oh my God. I just
Dog shit. Tom Cruise.
fuck Tom Cruise. Where's Shelley Miscavige? But no, she was in everything back in the early 2000s, and then a wide variety of genres. And I think that's when it clicked in my brain, like, oh, like you could do acting. Like, yeah.
And you're, like I said before, you're really good at it. Like, you're so good at being
Very
like
nice.
authentic. Because like I've seen myself act on camera before, and I'm just I know what looks authentic, and because I'm me, and I'm like, I just can't translate it well into.
It's
this
hard
form.
on camera.
Yeah.
Because on camera, it just catches everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
And like, look at this. Look at how animated I am. This is a theater face. You put me up on screen, you'll sell no tickets. But sorry, self-deprecation.
Yeah, I was like,
Also
no.
check us out on YouTube, guys.
Also, I spent a lot of money on these lenses, and like, I hope I'll be in focus. Yeah.
Your guys' show looks so good.
Thank you.
It
you're
looks
crushing
so good.
Thank you very much.
I've told you
Yeah.
before, but I'll say it again. You're crushing it. I mean,
coming from you, that means a lot.
wow, that's too
I see
too
it.
kind.
And it means a lot. It really does.
I know.
But it's, what do you call it? I
Amore.
adore you guys. I really do. I really do adore you guys, because you guys have grown up. You guys are doing the damn thing and keeping all of your integrity. And I think that
Are we doing the thing?
I mean, I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
you guys are living.
It doesn't look
That was the craziest interaction I've ever seen.
Chris craziest. What was crazy?
Well, just like that communication was like so funny. But anyway, keep going. Are we doing it? Yeah, I think we are. Yeah.
I think the thing is, and where everyone gets tripped up, because I certainly do, like every week it feels like, is like the it in that sentence is constantly changing.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be, because that's the only certain thing like in life is that things change. Like that's so I think that's where a lot of that pressure comes from is I don't know if we teach that to kids enough, is that like a lot of shit doesn't fucking matter right now. Like
Yeah.
and you say that, you know, when kids like are having a crisis because they stubbed their toe.
Yeah.
Tell kids like nothing matters.
It's fine.
Nothing of this shit matters anyways.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we don't tell kids that. Yeah. Like,
They're reckless.
It's probably hard for them to wrap their head around nihilism. But
not every kid, but that one kid you got to keep an eye on. That kid's gonna fuck up his high school.
Shit, dude.
no, but more like encouraging, like less of like the question that we've all were posed, like what do you want to be when you grow up, and now asking us retroactively what did you want to be when you were younger. It instills this idea that there's like a goal that we're always working towards, and that's to me like where the problem is that
Because that goal changes.
Yeah.
it's supposed to. It's
Yeah.
not supposed to. The goalpost is supposed to. There's moving goalposts in an argument. That's don't do that. But moving goalposts in your life,
Yes.
and what you want and your desires and your hopes and dreams, like that should be completely flexible. Even like your beliefs, like you know,
Yeah.
like
We're
every-
allowed to we're allowed to grow.
we're supposed to.
Right? We're not supposed to people
No, you're the giving tree. We are cutting you
No,
down.
hey, shut up. He has to grow to a point.
take
And then I cut him down and make him into a canoe for some reason.
For some reason.
Yeah, I just
A perfectly good apple tree. I'm going to turn into a canoe because I'm a fucking madman. I hate that book. It makes me cry every time.
But
It's
how
so
much
sad.
money did you make off that?
None. I ended up
Yeah.
an old man sitting alone on a stump.
on that canoe.
A really sad-looking old man who slightly looks like a turtle.
It's true though, because there is a danger to like being too flexible with like, because then you're talking about lack of foresight, and I think that's that's like the balance that's so hard. Like we're a bunch of monkeys throwing rocks. I'm just gonna say this, like we're not supposed to be good at, at a lot of this stuff, and we keep pretending that we are.
No. I mean, like this is like our brains are just so unfathomable. Like it's the fact that we're able to get this far in society just through tools, right? Everything in here is just the next iteration of the wheel, right? We found out what a wheel did and how it made our lives better, and then just what's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? Boom! Now we have AI, and like the world's gonna burn.
And it's funny, you say boom as if it happened like that, but if you look at the timeline of Earth, it really did happen like that.
Yes, exponentially fast.
Just like that.
I'm going to fucking kill you. I'm going to kill you right here, right now. No, I won't. Actually, this is all satire. I actually was getting a pretty good chuckle in the back of my brain when you said everything in this room was based on the wheel. But you are right.
In a way, I'm right.
No,
Yeah,
100.
in a
You're
way,
actually
yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah.
100%, 1,000%. But like at first aspect, you think like, well, beds aren't made from wheels. But like, you know what? The cotton was made on a loom, which was like is a form of a wheel. It's like no, actually, everything kind of does end up on a wheel eventually. So you know what? I didn't say shit, but I had to get that thought off my chest. Otherwise, it turns into cancer.
Thank you, and I hope you're all right. Thank you. I'll
welcome.
take that. My issue is when I try to relay information, I don't. What's the way to put this? Like I'm so bad with like idioms and analogies. So when I'm trying to articulate like get a point across, it's there. The intent is there.
Yeah.
It sounds weird sometimes.
Well, how about this?
I
Don't use
relate to that.
colloquials.
What was that?
I relate to that.
You do? How so?
I was just telling him that I like,
Literally right before we came.
Yeah, literally
We were literally talking about it as we walked up to this room.
yeah, I was telling him right as we were on our way over here, being like, I don't know when when I'm in interactions with people, I don't know how to talk. Like I feel like I just like will say like, you know, let's say I'm told to do something at work. I'm like, okay, or like tell something to someone.
Yeah.
So even right now, I like fumble. I'm
Yeah.
fumbling in my words, and then
But you're
like,
doing it so well. This is good fumbling.
These are good fumbles.
Thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. It's just sometimes. I mean, and I think that's human, and I think it's good to remind yourself, like you know,
We're a bunch
We're
of
a bunch of
monkeys
monkeys.
throwing rocks at each other.
and
Like,
our words are tools, and I like jumble my tools all the time.
Yeah.
and I say the wrong thing, and then I'm like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. Oh my god! Like the other day, I was like, anytime it's always when I'm really nervous too. But like, I was at my job, and I'm like, I'm cleaning the Windex.
You're cleaning the
and
window?
and then I was like, no, I'm cleaning the window. And I was like, no, I'm cleaning a mirror. I'm cleaning the mirror.
I relate to you so much.
That's why I said I relate.
I relate. No,
Yeah.
and I'm relating to your relation to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I do.
Well, because, okay, first
That's
of all,
a weird way of one-upping.
I grew up with my two parents. I grew up with them saying stuff like, open the light, close the light. I'm like, okay, from now on, until someone corrects me in the 7th grade, I will forever say, yeah, I'll open the light and I will close the light until someone says, dude, you should turn on the light and turn off the light. And I'm like, thank you. Not from the Philippines. And I also
Weird that you threw that in, but okay.
you know what I'm talking about.
I do. Yeah,
Also, stuff like what's another saying that I would fuck up all the time, or like saying when someone says like, "How are you?" and you say nothing much, right? Always bad at that. Can you relate to that at all?
Saying nothing much? Like,
Yeah.
You ever say
Let's
those words? You ever say nothing much?
No, like that kind of interaction. Like you ever like someone's talking to you, Jess, you ask me, "How are you?" and I say nothing much. It's not applicable to that question.
yeah.
Or what's up? Good, right?
I mean, it's just like a phrase that we just.
I think that person's not listening. They're on autopilot. They know you're going to say hello, and probably the next question is, "How are you? What's up?" or something like that. And so and they're expecting that you to say, "How are you doing?" But instead you said, what other
I said
slight
the other
variation of it. Yeah. And
Yeah,
so they're
but
like,
that-
not much.
In so many different iterations, like going to the movies, they say, "Enjoy your movie," and I say, "You too." I always do that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a classic.
That's the Brian
autopilot.
Regan bit.
It's just like, but it's it's relatable because it's
Yeah.
really true.
I literally just like dropped a friend off at like their house and they're like, drive safe. I was like, you too. But then I rolled down my window. I was like, no, but I mean, like, I'm gonna
Walk
stay.
safe.
Walk. Yeah, no, but I was like, I'm gonna watch you go into your house. I'm not leaving until I see you go into your door.
Uh-huh.
So actually, get home safe.
That makes sense. Yes, but not
But-
literally drive safe.
Yeah. Not
Because
literally drive safe.
Because that's the thing that like I hope as a society we're like slowly learning. I know I'm like noticing it. Is that like when we're communicating, like our job is just as much to communicate something to somebody else as it is to interpret the intention of the other person.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
when somebody says, you too, in after the movie bit or whatever,
Yeah.
don't like in that moment what they were trying to say,
Yes.
which was just the emotional response of like, I'm reciprocating your greeting, like, here you go, give it back, peace out. Like,
Exactly.
It's like the actual words that we're using, those are just like
Tools.
they're just
We're just monkeys
they're just-
throwing rocks.
They're just wheels that we're just kind of slurping out of
This
our.
episode's called The Circle.
That's another show. Did you watch that?
I
No.
watched that.
I haven't watched it.
The incredible reality. That's actually really. I wouldn't
I
say
need
that
it in
that's
bite
trashy.
sizes. I
I
need
saw the
reality in bite
indie
sizes.
movie. I didn't see the show.
I hate
The
to
one with
just
Hermione and Tom Hanks?
no.
Oh,
what?
there's two of them. That's right. There's two of the Circle movies.
But you're talking about the one where
The premise is
50 strangers wake up in a room and they're standing in a circle,
Oh, we watched that.
Yes.
and they choose to you have to decide collectively as a group
And there's
who
what,
to
like
kill next.
I was saying, like, what? There's a gun in the middle of the circle, or what?
No, it's not a gun. People are just dropping dead and they don't know why. So together they have to collaborate as to like, why are we in here?
One of them's a killer.
One just keeps dying. It's a crazy premise with horrible acting.
Was it bad? I don't
remember
it too well.
Well, I guess it wasn't good enough for you to remember,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if that's the case.
Yeah, it was an interesting premise, and I think it was
Executed.
I don't know. It could have been worse considering it had a really low budget and they had a lot of actors.
True.
But I remember the ending being particularly unsatisfying.
It was.
But still thought provoking.
Yes.
It was like something I don't emotionally feel good, like satisfied, but I did think about it a lot.
And I love movies that will at the very least make me think about it after I'd seen it.
Yeah.
And so what was interesting about that is that, like I said, they had to collaborate to figure out the system as to why are people dying randomly. And it was random up until the point they found out that they could control it if most of the group had put their focus on one person that was going to die. So they started thinking about it logically. They're like, okay, there's 50 of us in here. I don't know how many of us are going to survive, but let's start killing off the people that, I don't know, let's talk about who we are. Like, pick yourselves and be like, oh, you are a racist. Let's kill you. Oh, you're an old lady.
Who's going to know the
have
truth
no-
about that? Who's going to be like,
They're
I'm
just
a
able to
racist?
tell. I don't know. It was just
Well, it
weird.
becomes
example.
this big, like, trial. It's like a jury on a time limit. And
Yes.
there's like all this moral dilemmas that, the obvious like moral of the story is like you can't judge somebody's worth off of 1 minute, off of like the surface level stuff.
It's still tough. I mean, thought provoking nonetheless.
Yeah.
Real quick, I want to say to you, Jess, that you have strong Emma Stone vibes.
Oh, thank you.
Huge compliment.
No,
from my book.
I take
But
that.
the way that you received it made me like insecure.
No. Well, it's just because it made
I'm
me
complimenting
also.
you.
It also because I love Emma Stone, and that makes me go,
Oh.
I don't, reciprocating or like taking in a compliment.
Yeah.
It's like working on it. I think,
Self-awareness.
Yeah.
Just monkeys.
Again, circles.
Circles.
Doesn't it stick though?
Wheels. I love it. I just want to say that if I have nothing to say ever.
But
that's been the past like month and some change for me. Not to get like
Throwing rocks.
fuck technology. I'm throwing my phone in the dumpster. I'm just gonna go outside and throw
Mom,
rocks.
why is that man in the monkey cage?
Well, what were you gonna say before we got into that?
Oh, well, I was gonna validate your observation because when La La Land did come out,
I love that movie.
it was like some random people would message me. There was like someone from my high school like messaged me being like, "You don't look like her, but you remind me of Emma Stone."
Yes.
And I was like,
Thank you.
"Thank you."
I don't know what it is, and I hear she's very pleasant to meet. My fourth cousin's brother, I guess who is also my fourth cousin, he's an interviewer, and I forget who he writes for these interviews, but he's got to meet Ian McKellen. He's got to meet like Bautista.
Wow.
He was able to meet Emma Stone, and actually the interview was at a bar here in Hollywood somewhere, and like she like ordered drinks, and she was so pleasant, and he was like, yeah, she was just so nice, and it's just wild to think that someone that is a top tier actress can still be that down to earth,
Yeah, I think there are a lot of really down to earth actors. I don't know them.
Haven't met one yet.
I can't vouch. No, but I've met, working in LA, a handful of people, and most everybody has always been really nice.
Who would you want to meet?
Oh, I would love to meet Emma Stone.
Okay,
Now
that's like top of the list.
I would
It
say
is now.
I don't know who the top of the list would be at the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
I already met Harry Styles, so that was great.
Were you
Pete's done.
Pete.
Was
I'm
that-
surprised
that
I'm
was the
still
peak?
here.
Man?
Well, I have like I gave myself like a rule of like only certain people I would go up to if I saw them.
I was just having this conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want to like, it depends on the situation.
Yeah. If I saw Jonah Hill from afar, avoiding him. I think he would like hate for anyone to like come up to him.
Dude, did you see the announcement about Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
No, did you not? I posted on my Instagram story.
That's where I got the information.
You don't
were
watch
the-
my Instagram stories.
I'm
He
trying
just
to
goes
cut.
skip.
I'm trying to use the apps.
No,
less.
it got me really emotional because I had met. He came into my old job, Bruce
Nice.
Willis.
That was on your story, yeah.
Yeah, a few months ago, and it was the weirdest interaction because he was like with a friend, and then the friend ordered for them, and then he went to the bathroom, and then he came out, and his friend went to the bathroom. It was just me and him, and then I would try talking to him, and he like wasn't talking. He was just going like this. I'd be like, "How's your days going?" He's like,
Oh man.
and I didn't know anything. And at the time, I was like, okay, like maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then I was like, that was just so odd. And then I had heard that maybe he had gotten punched or something, and maybe that could have been like I don't know the details. And then now months later, he has a condition where he has a hard time
understanding and relaying anything via speech.
Yeah,
It's that's wild. And for
Yeah.
like your craft to be solely based on like I think it's I've said this a lot, but I'd much rather go blind than to lose my hearing because I love music so much.
I agree with you
Right?
entirely.
Like things
My eyes barely work as it is.
Yeah,
So-
I'm fine. Take the 20% of the vision away.
Yeah.
Look at me. I mean, like my eyes are already so
20
small. It'd look great if I could wear sunglasses inside without looking. When I was just like looking. Yeah, if I was blind, Ray Charles. Yeah, okay. But you guys know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But that would suck, and that's so sad. The Bruce Willis thing. Sorry, I just really now I'm insecure because I was like this close to offending you, and like I love you.
Well, I mean, you think I haven't heard the sunglass thing before?
Has this tour been hard on you guys?
No,
How are you doing?
I mean, we'll see what happens tomorrow. We still got, a
one
day to
full
go.
day. No, we've been great. We had such a great conversation last night. And
How many episodes are on the books left?
How many?
How many? Wait.
Done.
Oh, we're the last ones.
You guys are the last ones.
That's exciting.
This is the third one today, and I hope to God there's nothing else. I think tomorrow we just want to hang out.
Oh, that'll be nice.
Yeah, that will
Yes.
be nice. So
setting aside hangout time is an essential part of any process.
it's healthy. I
Yeah.
mean, like quality time amongst co-hosts, like because we're still best friends outside of like this product that we collaborate on. So I think that's
Nice.
a healthy thing to do. Yeah.
Absolutely.
How are you guys doing? I know it's really late, and you have work in the morning, so we'll work.
No, but I mean, I told you that just trying to be responsible.
Yes.
Like trying to be in a responsible.
We
not
love
just,
it
Not
here.
just, not
Stay
just,
as long as you want.
not just a responsible employer, but a responsible, like, human being for my health. But I
Yeah.
mean, I went to bed, I'm pretty sure at 5:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Last night?
To,
Wow.
Like, today. Well, yesterday.
Thursdays.
Because now it's
Past
Friday.
midnight.
Yeah, Friday.
You're a monster,
Gotta get
and you
going.
don't have to stay up, right?
Well, it's complicated. I don't want to get into it. But I had something that I was trying to get done that like was already overdue. So
Deadline. That's why.
yeah, it wasn't really like a debt. Yeah, it wasn't a deadline, but I felt dead. That's for sure.
But
So yeah, there you go.
I get how that is. He hears it all the time, but I work graveyards now, and I think I told you guys that too.
That's right.
So I don't get home until 8 a.m. I don't go to sleep until like 8:30 or 9 a.m.
Holy moly.
because I work at 6 p.m. 6
So
p.m.
that's
to
why
7
you're
a.m.
always like, I can go late.
Yeah, because my body's just accustomed to it now, and it's detrimental to my health, but I'm making it work.
I work early mornings and have the almost exact opposite schedule as Christian. So,
Whoa.
So what? You woke up like a couple hours ago, or like where?
like I
You're
wake
just
up
making
generally at like 4 a.m. to go to
Yep.
work.
And I'm
And
still
then
up.
like I'm usually home by around 11 or 12, take a nap or two,
Yeah,
then do the rest of the day.
yeah.
Wow.
It's tough, man, but you make it work. And
When you're in a relationship and you love each other, you find time for each other,
Yeah, that's
Are
really
you
important. And
are you guys doing it?
you're talking about
Are
Karen,
you doing it?
right? Doing it,
Are you doing it?
the kind of doing it.
No.
I was asking that you were doing it, or
No,
you're
not
talking
that
about like
doing it. Talking about the callback from earlier, but
that doing it,
Yeah,
right?
not doing it.
That's what I was referring
Yeah.
to. This bit's crazy.
I think you guys were worried about doing it, like doing it.
Well, yeah. I mean, after he said when you're in a healthy, I don't know if he was referring to Karen or if he was referring to
No,
me.
he was referring to you, right?
I'm flattered, but
Yeah.
no, thank you. Is what it is. It's fine. What is that look of disgust? I'm just saying, I'm flattered, but no, thank you. Would not have.
Whoa, I wasn't talking about sex at all.
Oh, thank you. Now that the air is cleared.
He wasn't talking about sex.
Man.
At all.
But the way
Oh.
you're nervously talking about it is making me think that maybe it has been brought up.
But that's what that was like your pseudo intention was like, are you doing it?
No, he was asking the question that you had asked them when they moved to LA.
Yes.
Yeah. There we go.
Yes.
That's what it is. That's what
But
it all is.
we dug up an unintentional double entendre that now has. Yeah, we're
what
just
it
doing
is.
this digging
I
deeper.
have the mind of a 12-year-old. You know what I mean? Like, I was following with that conversation. I was right there with you guys.
I was just trying to get on the same page
Yeah.
before we
I
flipped.
think we were on the same page, but we were all very confused about the page.
Yes. I think it was four.
Then
all
we're not
on the wrong
then
page.
we're
Yes.
not on the same page. Then.
Guys, we need to read. We need to keep up on our reading logs. We're a little behind.
Circle around, guys. Let's circle it back around. Let's circle it around.
This is what happens when you have four confused improvisers in one room, dude. Because we'll yes and on something we're unsure about. Right? I at least kind of want to explore
It's
with
like,
you guys.
you say we
Yeah.
blame that on the improvisers, but if there's anything like getting older as taught me, it's like, no, just everybody's just doing that. Like everybody's just going with whatever the
doing
fuck. They're just going with whatever the fuck. And then you realize, oh, yeah, maybe
That Doug's licking his balls.
Yeah.
maybe we shouldn't have, cut down all of the rainforest.
And maybe we shouldn't have ever stopped being monkeys throwing rocks. All
Dude,
right, whatever. Fine.
I
I
love
guess
that.
it lands for everybody else.
I was about to just yes and that.
I have to piss anyways, so.
Okay. Go pee. When you come back, we'll do an improv scene and we'll wrap this thing up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, wait, do you have to pee? Or you
I
wanna
do,
just
I
wait?
do, but I thought, okay, I'm
It's up
ready
to
to
you.
break.
Okay.
People,
I don't want to like ruin the energy if that's.
Let's just get to the
no.
improv scene if you
Okay.
could hold it a little bit.
I mean, I guess I'm in a position now where I can't say no.
All right. So the improv scenes that we do is a little lax. It could be about nothing from our conversation in the past hour, or it could have used those as inspirations for the scene. Yeah.
Based on how the episode's gone so far, I'm sure we're going to circle back to something.
We're gonna have a lot. We're gonna have a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, highly irrelevant.
So, crazy thing, guys. Ran into Rami Malek at the coffee shop, and he avoided eye contact with me. And you guys, I confide in you all the time. I want to know, should I stop watching his movies?
Well, Christian, this is a work review. Generally, we're the ones who ask the question. But sure, we can talk about Rami Malek with him, right? I mean, should he stop watching the movie? I mean, I don't think it's going to make no difference to him, honestly, in my opinion.
Okay.
I mean, I think that maybe he didn't even, does every stranger make eye contact with you?
That's a good point.
Do you expect every stranger to make eye contact with you?
Well, I expect like a fraction of our interaction to include eye contact.
Are you keeping track?
Like, am I counting how often he's looking at me during the duration of our dialogue?
Did you bring your eye contact log with you to the meeting?
I actually did, and I think it's...
Take a look at it, please.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh,
Jess, you better take a look at this.
all right.
Continue. So, what?
Yeah, June 26th, 2022. Rami Malek walked into the jumping bean, where obviously that's where we're working.
Yeah.
This is our work review.
We have eye contact logs.
Yes, I think it's innovative.
And
Jess,
guys,
I know that you were at the forefront of that.
Should we say the mission statement that, we always teach new workers?
Oh, yeah.
Here at Jumping Java Point, eye contact is a must. But you shouldn't give up.
No, don't
ever give up.
I said all of that to Rami Malek, and he made no eye contact.
I hear that Rami Malek has very clear boundaries with interacting with people.
Can you expand on that?
Well, he sends usually a memo out before he goes anywhere. And I mean,
yeah, we actually got the memo, and I had put it in the break room, but maybe you didn't see it, that he has very clear boundaries.
You put it in the break room.
Yes, here at Jumping Java Point.
At the possibility that he would come.
No, he sends out a memo every time he goes out. Are you not?
Wait, before he goes to
yes
coffee shops,
so
he'll
people
send a memo?
know his clear boundaries. Christian, are you?
He's very strict about his boundaries to the point that he sends memos to every establishment that he goes to.
Sage, you're being weirdly silent on the issue. Did you not see the memo either?
Did you not see my memo?
You have a memo too?
Yeah.
What was your memo?
No more memos?
Don't rope me into arguments unless...
Can I see your memo log?
Yeah, here you go.
And Christian, while we're here, can I see your listening logs?
Yeah.
Thank you.
What does this entail?
Well,
Cool, awesome. What's Sage's memo say?
That's actually none of your business.
No, I'm looking
Christian,
at his memo log, but I'm starting to think that you're lying on your memo log. That you didn't actually put a memo on. You just said that you did so you could fill it in your memo log.
Jess, let me take a look at that.
Okay, here you go.
These are all written in the exact same pen, and it looks like they're written at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the dates are different.
If you wanted to get away with lying, you should.
We'll get back to your work
pens.
review in just a second here.
Yeah,
Fine, I'm patient.
Not a time for jokes, Christian. Sage.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll get back to you then. Clearly, we have some stuff to cover.
Sage, since you're right next to it, let's clear it up. Because obviously I'm getting reviewed for my heinous interaction with Rami Malek. Right next to you is the memo, basically his writer. Can you read off what he actually wants when you walk into a coffee shop?
So you are familiar with writers and boundaries and memos? And
I'm
things.
familiar that these exist. I'm just curious as to what his was. I was unaware that we had his own memo here.
Rami Malek's memo. You want me to read Rami Malek's
Jess,
memo?
just make sure you're taking notes.
Yes, please.
All right. You just snatched it out of my hands.
Oh, I'm...
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Go ahead, Sage.
Okay.
Okay. Off to a good start. You stutter.
That is how it's written, though. It does start with, okay,
Oh, right. Okay. Rami Malek is sometimes a little shy with
He's
his boundaries.
nervous.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a
He
little
types.
nervous.
You'd never tell by his acting.
No, he's just so confident.
You say he's a nervous typer?
Will you let Sage read the memo?
Trying. I mean, okay. Sage, continue.
Please leave me be. Limited eye contact.
Limited. There was none. That's not my fault. Even I was
Let him
following
finish
the
the
memo.
memo, Christian.
Okay, all right.
Take your listening log back. Pay attention.
Thank you.
Americano.
That's it.
That's it.
See, it wasn't a long memo, Christian. That's why we're actually kind of bummed out that you didn't read. Just 2 sentences and a statement.
I don't want this to be an argument of semantics, but he said limited. And when you hear limited, that's just like not unlimited.
Can I make a new memo?
For Rami Malek?
No, for myself.
Okay, I was going to say that's an invasion of his boundaries.
Hand me his memo log so he can actually write a legitimate.
Yeah.
He's gonna get a memo log. There you go.
I mean, Sage, we have the, rules in place for certain things. But go ahead, make a memo in the middle of Christian's work review.
So I gotta write it down, or you want me to actually say it?
How about you just say it? Let's just fucking
let's just
say
say
it.
it. I mean,
Everybody's
this should
10
come from
minutes.
the heart, right?
Okay, yeah. This is fucking stupid. This is fucking dumb. This is dumb.
That's your memo?
That's my memo. What if we did like the jumping bean? What I understand we signed an employment contract and we're gonna follow by the rules here. But this form of communication and these ongoing law. I mean, have you seen the fridge in the break room? There's no room on it. It's filled with memos and post-it notes from everybody.
It's a lot. I know.
If we're not tracking every kind of log, I don't know what we're doing here then, guys. I mean, Jess, back me up here.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like,
We're-
if we don't track every single thing, then how are we going to know what anything is legitimate? And
I want my employees to breathe 3,742 times in their shift. They deserve that many breaths. And if I don't know, if you're not tracking them, how am I supposed to know if you're getting that many breaths in a shift?
I'm just curious, real quick. Can I ask during my review, what is your guys'
Thanks for reestablishing it. I almost forgot.
the hierarchy of power in this room? I'm still confused by because I know that you're senior manager. Jess, you are,
Also a senior manager,
senior
and
manager.
Sage is the CEO and founder.
and
but the thing here is that we like to redistribute,
Democratize the power hierarchy.
It's a circle of positions.
The CEO stands for
Circle emitter.
emitting
Oxygen breather.
open.
what?
The O
I'm
is
sorry.
The O is a vague
Okay,
concept.
see, here's the other problem with the
The
memos.
O is the
Here's the other
circle.
problem with the memos because we're doing it all by hand. There are typos and everywhere. There are misprints. We keep spelling things wrong. I can't fucking read Frank's handwriting. You want me to read his memo?
Frank doesn't have a hand. You leave Frank out of
fucking
this.
wonder. I have no idea what the fuck his memo says.
I mean,
Wow,
Frank
this
Why did
tries.
I let you do this? Why did I let you do this to our poor company?
I'm your son.
Oh,
Wow.
what?
Wow.
Nepotism.
You can't escape it. You can't.
Cut to a
Well, this is England, by the way.
cut to
Okay.
an interview of someone trying to just be a barista at the Jumping Bean, but that person is being interviewed by
Can that
this
person-
shit show.
That person walked in as this review was happening and has been standing for the first 20 minutes.
That's not possible. But there's only 4 of us in this fucking room. All right.
All right. And then,
Hi, my name's Francisco. I'm here for the barista position.
Francisco, 1 second, please. I'm in the middle of a work review. Guys, we can come back to this. This guy looks important. Hi, Francisco, you were saying?
Permission to take seat.
You can't have it, but you can sit down if you want.
Take a
Yeah,
seat.
and here as you sit down, this is just how we conduct our business. This is our sitting log.
Immediately.
How did I almost forget about
yes,
that?
yes. So
A sitting log.
So just write down the time that you're now sitting.
and, yeah,
We just
how
wanna make-
long you're sitting for, where you're sitting.
Okay. Does this mean I got the job? Is my clocking
Oh,
in?
no. You're an American citizen, right?
I'm American citizen.
Okay.
You don't
Checks
have
out.
to put
That's
that
what we-
on the
that's what we-
sitting log.
Checks out.
You don't have to put that on the sitting log. Is purely just for sitting.
I know Pledge of Allegiance.
This is the citizen log.
Please recite it for us.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
Yes,
of the United States of America
Just don't imitate his accent.
I'm not.
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, individual,
Yep.
with liberty and justice for all.
This checks out,
Wow.
guys. I think he's
good.
an American.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
this
it.
checks out.
Yeah.
Last question to see if you're an American. Excellent. Stand your ground. I like it.
I don't know what I do. I'm gonna.
You're,
No,
wait, don't leave.
you're
Please don't
doing
leave.
great. You're
You
doing.
are, honestly, we're about to fire this fuck over here, so you're going to be great.
Hey, what? I'm still under review.
Oh, shit. Christian, put your headphones on.
Oh. Okay.
Sorry, Francisco. He's incredibly rude.
It's okay.
Francisco, you ever work in a What is this shit again? A cafe?
Yeah,
Jumping Java Point.
Jumping Bean? I think it has...
Son, I think it's time for your review.
Well, Francisco, would you mind sitting in?
Francisco, actually, can you lead this one
Yeah.
for
We
us?
would like to democratize the power hierarchy.
And this
So did I get the
This is my
joke?
clipboard.
No, this is all just a trial.
Yeah, no,
okay?
we just want to see how your work ethic is. That's the clipboard that
Yeah.
you'll need.
I
So
don't
you're in
understand.
You're in charge now.
What did I do?
Just want to say, Francisco, I'm very excited for this work review, so we can begin any minute now, as soon as you're ready.
All right, I guess.
Okay, first question. What does the CEO do, and what does that stand for?
Wait, do I ask the question? Because you're obviously asking me
Am I
questions.
answering the question? Who's that question posed to?
Who's
Well, I gotta make sure Francisco's ready for
That's right.
his new job
okay?
to then review you.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
okay, go
Remember
ahead.
We talked about this. What does the CEO do, Francisco? We talked about this.
I think he oversees the plan. The
Plantation?
no, not that one. No, this is
No.
the jumping bean.
Yes, and also
I was trying to put yes. Next question.
No, you ask the next
Yeah,
question
yeah, yeah.
now.
To you.
no, you're reviewing.
Technically, it's to me, but, you know, if you're more
reviewing-
comfortable.
It's time for my son's annual review.
My name's Alex, Dad, but thanks.
All right. Read the questions on the clipboard. Or do I make up the questions?
Does it seem like we're making this up?
You're the CEO.
I'm CEO now.
Yes,
It's a
you are the
circle.
circle emitting.
You guys, I don't think, you
Oxygen.
know what,
Oxygen
Francisco?
breather.
Francisco, you've been great, but I just don't know if it's going to work.
That's so. Wait.
Francisco?
What?
Francisco?
I've got the job.
Francisco?
Then lose the job
Yeah, your last
within
pay-
5
I'm
seconds.
gonna
Here's
need
your
to
last
get your
paycheck.
sitting-
Yeah,
your
right
sitting
here.
log.
It's-
You
Yeah.
don't need it.
And
Yeah.
your oxygen breathing log. How many breaths did you take in that
I
shift?
thought I don't get the job. I mean,
Well, you know, you're breathing my air, so.
cut to these 3 guys trying to actually serve guests at the jumping bean. All 3 of them are.
may or may not have been the scene you were trying to set up the first.
Shut the fuck up, Sage.
Turned into.
Hi, welcome to the Jumping Java Bean Point. Shit, I don't even fucking know anymore. What can I get you?
I'm gonna go somewhere else, man. That's
Dad, another one's
really
leaving.
rude.
Another one's leaving, Dad.
Because you're swearing at them, and they come in here and they see all these Post-it notes everywhere. It looked artsy.
Okay, you need to log all those breaths in that log real quick before you forget.
Hi, excuse me.
Hi.
Can I order venti ice?
This isn't a Starbucks.
Yeah, we actually don't have ice here.
I'm gonna
Or
go
the Java
somewhere.
jumping.
Bean. Point.
Are all 3 of you at the cash wrap on the same register?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a
Interesting.
small, tight space, but we're very close as a company.
And as a
Okay.
family.
All
Our
right.
company's like family.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, I'm actually
It
really...
is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for us, we
yeah.
are.
We're
actually.
in the middle of a lawsuit with Olive Garden because when you're here, you're family.
Yeah, and the lawsuit is we can't marry everyone who comes in.
So
I'm sorry, where are you going? Where are you going?
Can I get a large coffee?
Okay.
all
So I'm
out.
sorry, guys. Okay, we got to focus up. You want a large coffee?
That's yes.
Did you want any room for cream?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Our cups are designed to always have room for cream.
Yeah, can you
So
please
larger cups?
You need to sign this release form letting us know that
Also-
you are not going to complain or sue for the gap in the cup. We need to make sure it's completely documented. That
I have to
you're-
sign for this?
Yeah, if you'll notice that sheet is called Mind the Gap. Because again, we're in England.
And as you're signing that, please, as you come along with this,
Okay.
Jess, did you almost throw up in your mouth?
I'm just having a
Log
hard
it,
day.
log it,
Log,
Okay,
log
I'm like-
it's your
log
mouth
it.
vomit log. Mouth vomit log.
Cut
What
to
you?
Jess's review. Hi, Jess. Other CEO here.
Well,
I've
you're-
been-
you're
I've
that
been
guest
gone-
who just came in.
I've been
and-
going. Yeah, I guess so. You, every single time you're helping out someone, you throw up in your mouth. We got a lot of complaints about that.
I mean, is it a medical thing? Because we have a right to ask. What are all your medical
I
conditions?
think that's not true. I
Right,
don't
well-
think you're allowed to ask.
Well, I'll put that on my log of mistakes I've made.
But I will be open and share that I just get very nervous and it triggers my gag reflex. And sometimes I throw up a little bit in my mouth. It's not a big deal. I don't projectile. I just swallow it.
Okay, that's
You know what? You're right. Our problem isn't with the vomiting in your mouth. Our problem is with your breath.
My breath smells?
All
I
constantly
can't
like
imagine
vomit.
that.
Yeah.
smells like coffee and throw up.
Sage, again, you're being awfully quiet on the topic.
I am the circle emitting oxygen breather, which means the less amount of oxygen I take up, the more that I emit and give to you.
Brilliant. Absolutely genius.
Well,
I mean,
Let me just straighten up my turtleneck here.
Listen, if me vomiting in my mouth.
So again, that's not the problem. Again, we don't care about that.
Okay.
just brush your teeth after.
Yeah, or take a mint.
Well, I was gonna say I have in my locker. I have like those disposable to go toothbrushes that I do use. I guess it's
Get a
not
permanent one.
No, if you use it, and also just make sure you log
a permanent one.
Yeah, make sure you log
What
it.
is a permanent one?
The one that you don't throw away after one use, because if this is an
You may have
need a
never
re-
seen a toothbrush before, but this is what they look like. You don't throw it away.
What
You
is
use it
that?
over.
Is that a hairbrush?
No, it's a very tiny hairbrush, but for the hairs on your teeth.
There's hair on teeth.
All right, scene, because there's nowhere else we could really go. This is just gonna be like, first of all,
Is there a breakdown section in this podcast?
me,
Right now.
my original intention was being a barista that ran into Rami Malek. Immediately is just like, awesome, Christian. Well, this is your year-end review. I'm like, okay, who are you guys?
Jess is the other manager. You explained this to us.
How improvisers don't want to, when they don't want to like secure a role in the scene, so we're just changing it constantly, making an excuse to be like, no, I'm this.
And also, now you're the CEO.
I was kind of just waiting for the moment where
You ask questions.
I got the job. Not that question. Don't ask that one.
What were you waiting for?
the moment where we reveal we're all monkeys and I throw a rock at someone.
Oh my god!
That's
you were
part
into
two.
the
That's
long
part two.
game.
Sage, you should have put on your what is it? The voice, your priority voice. You should.
Oh, I should have been a priority speaker.
Yeah.
Well, I was waiting. I was exploring the concept. I didn't want to hijack the concept. I didn't know we were.
You should have just walked up to my interface and increased the gain tenfold.
That is what he did, remember? And then you turned it down in the beginning?
That was my gain. It was my gain.
Oh, well, you should gain.
I should have kept it. Yeah,
I can't even think of a joke now.
it's okay.
What time is it?
This is. Go ahead. Who has the question?
Give me a rock. I'm going to throw it right now out the window.
Highly irrelevant.
It's all just
dark.
tools.
We're all just tools. Yeah, this is.
We're
all just tools.
We're all just tools.
Together, we collectively formed the band Tool.
Speaking of tools, on the drive down here, I proposed the question to Christian, and I would like to ask you two before we end the episode. Would you rather have shovels for hands or hammers for feet?
Hammers for feet.
Yeah, and we broke it down. One foot is like a hammer with a nail remover and like a head. The other one is a sledgehammer. And then for the shovel hands, one's a snow shovel and the other's just a normal
So
spade.
you want all of it?
You can. You have to have one or the other.
Oh, okay.
And we
Do you want all of it?
No, I definitely want hammers for feet.
That's what I said as
Same.
well.
Because
Yeah, I
I
don't feel
wanna
like this is a
grab
very
things.
equally balanced.
and then
Yeah.
and then if I
Would
stub
you
my
rather?
toe,
You're
You use our
destroying your
hands
furniture.
too much.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
could still use, a good portion of your hand is used for scooping.
cereal.
what are you scooping?
What are you, a gardener? Are you? If you're
We've been
a
out of
gardener,
toilet paper.
maybe-
How much? How much would you say, Alejandro? How much scooping?
I'm scooping
Are you
constantly.
keeping a log?
I scoop.
How much you
I
scoop?
scoop about 4 times a day. Sometimes I scoop with just a finger. Sometimes I'll scoop with 2 fingers.
Well, now you're gonna have a fucking
I
shovel
don't
for a
want
hand.
to
dude.
share ice cream with you.
Yeah, no, that's for a way different reason.
All right, let's wrap it up.
My ice cream.
Let's. You what?
Nothing. Let's wrap it up.
I have a friend that she's like, if I, no,
Careful.
I have a friend who is a woman who is haunted day in,
By
day
ghosts?
out. No, by the question, the wonder of what it's like to put your penis in things.
Oh.
I'll never
It's
know.
great.
Oh.
Something's not so great. It's a scale. It's a spectrum.
We're at
Well-
the end of the episode.
Well,
If we really want to talk about this for an extra few,
after hours.
this is kind. Yeah, ICBTB.
This whole episode's after hours.
After
After
dark.
dark. Well, what it's like to put your penis in things, you know. It's an external organ that I'm
You're doing
getting
good. We're not-
more timid talking about this. I came in really confident, but I don't want to really talk about what
It's
it
okay,
feels.
we don't have to.
Well, you know, when gerbils have sex, they die.
No, I didn't know that.
Well, the one I had sex with did.
I hate that joke. You've ended the episode with that before, and it's Anxiety inducing, if anything. Well, guys, do you guys have anything to say for the listeners, to the listeners?
I'm sorry for
before
everything.
before we get out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry. Is definitely
I'm sorry
Thank
for
you, I'm
everything.
sorry. Thank you, I'm sorry.
Thank you, I'm sorry. Could also be an episode title.
Next
Yeah.
shirt.
Yeah.
Our next shirt has to be thank you. I'm sorry.
That's all I really say. There's so much. Yeah, how do you respond to that? You're welcome and I forgive you. What you can say
No,
back.
you say, you too.
You too. Nothing much. Good. All right, yeah, guys. What do you have to? Is that what you're?
What, should we
It's
pull?
been a blast and a half.
Yes.
Is that a phrase that people say?
It is now.
It's better than whatever the thing you just said an hour ago was.
I'm very appreciative.
Oh,
to,
I said young, dumb, full of cum.
Yes. Better than that. Anyway,
I'm just thank you guys.
thank you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, this was super fun.
My heart is still broken that you were not able to be a full-time cast member on the next season of 20 Sided Stories.
Yeah.
And I'll take that one to my grave. But we're still going to get you two on an episode.
Would love that. Would
gonna
absolutely
be,
love that.
A grand old time.
Oh, it's a American theme.
What?
Is it an American themed game? Grand old time?
It'll be a grand old time.
Yeah, it's like
Grand
a colonial era game.
Is that make
Recite
a
the
reference?
Pledge of Allegiance
Did I make a
right
reference
now.
Oh man, I can't wait to jump off the roof today.
What the fuck, dude? I know. Thank you for coming.
Oh my god, do you remember last night when we tried to get on the roof? Do you remember that?
Yes.
Did you?
We
Did you
tried
make
to.
it?
We found a door that like had roof access, and like for a solid 10 minutes we were trying to get on the roof.
Kept trying to push up.
I forgot
Nice.
about that until just right now. Oh,
yeah, I did
man.
forget about that.
You gonna
too.
try again?
We
Oh,
could.
now we have to.
I'd do it.
All right. Hey, thank you guys. Really, honestly, thank you guys for coming out here and
No,
spending time.
It's
And
been a blast.
Yeah. There'll be more opportunities, even though I got COVID and could not be a full-time component of this next season of 20 Sided Stories. There'll be more opportunities for us to create some magic together. And already doing this
doing it.
is beautiful.
We are doing it.
We're all doing it in our own
I
ways.
think we're doing it.
Yeah.
I think we're doing
I
it.
think we're doing it.
Baddies, nonetheless, go ahead and follow Sage and Jessica on all socials. Be sure to follow 20 Sided Stories on social media and listen to it. Become a patron on their Patreon. They got a lot of exclusive content for you, and they work really hard. You guys make beautiful content, and I cannot emphasize enough that this is something that the world needs to hear. Is your guys' podcast?
If you're a big ass nerd.
Yeah, and everyone's a fucking big ass nerd, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude. All right. All right. You can follow me on Instagram at Christian Has Asthma.
I'm also on that app. Call_me Jesus.
And follow the podcast at ICBTB Podcast if you don't already. ICBTB.com for all of your merch and if all of the other stuff. Anything you guys want to plug in specifically before getting out?
Delete your social media accounts.
God damn it.
Right after we just plugged all of our socials.
You
You're right.
edit that part out.
Okay. All right, y'all. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
We're all monkeys throwing rocks.
What's up, baddies? Have you ever wondered where that neon light came from that's on their wall?
Well, good thing I'm here because I'm going to tell you today. Hi, y'all. Christian Baltazar from ICBTB. And ICBTB has recently partnered with Bright Light Tribe. So if you guys want your own customized neon light like Alan does, right, man?
Most definitely.
You guys could go to brightlighttribe.com. Use promo code ICBTB at checkout to get $25 off your next purchase.
Do it. No. That was terrible. I ruined it.
No, you didn't.